Quickly, just to get it out of the way, because the only reason people like you on this show is because you bang on Chuck Todd.
Okay.
Did you hear Chuck Todd this morning?
I did, yes.
And he not only wasn't hyper-partisan, he was actually borderline human. He wasn't evil today, John.
Well, but part of that is the interviewer who didn't even bring up impeachment at the end, who asked him about the Super Bowl and asked him about Kobe Bryant crashing and asked him about, might as well have asked him, do you like puppies? Well, tell me, do you prefer kittens to puppies or puppies to kittens? Because these are that said, it was interesting to me that when the subject of impeachment came up by the interviewer for about 3 seconds, and he was asked if it would probably end Friday, and Chuck Todd said, "I think it will," with huge disappointment in his voice. I mean, it was almost like it was the equivalent of him saying, "I have one day to live." But it was that sort of tone. But he did say, "Yes, I think it will." You
want me to let you in on a dirty little secret off air, behind the scenes?
Okay, we love off air, behind the scenes.
Okay, so I'm getting Chuck ready to go on the air, and I said, "So honestly," I said seriously, you kind of want this thing to be over, right? You really do want this thing to be over with, because this has got to just be boring to you by now, right? And he says, "Actually, I would much rather get to the campaign trail. I would much rather see what's going on in Iowa, in New Hampshire, and do all that stuff." He says, "I actually have 6 different possible airline tickets on reserve to get to Iowa based on when this thing is done. And I would much prefer take the earlier flight."
Well, the cynic in me, which often is proven to be correct, would say that he is saying that because he looks at polls and he sees that this is not helping their side.
It's and not. As much as nobody's watching it. It's a disaster. It's a disaster.
Right. It's a complete disaster for them, and I think he recognizes that, and he wants to get on to pumping up about how great
Bernie
the Democratic nominee,
Bernie
is going to be. Well, I understand that Bernie and Klobuchar and Pocahontas all have campaign stops in Iowa planned for Saturday.
Yes.
So they want out.
Yes.
Now they're not going to vote to get out, but you notice they've been actually relatively quiet about all